So when we were kids, this doorway right here was where the deliveries would come, and they would stock all the sugar. They would carry 100-pound bags of sugar into the place because that's how they started to make the syrup. My grandfather mixed syrup and water and make this, and then with flavorings, orange or whatever the soda flavoring happened to be. And that all got mixed on the top. I wish it was still here because it would be so cool to see it. But you would walk up the stairway, and he was in his little office up there, and he'd be mixing like the chemist. And then the syrup was piped into bottles, carbonated water was piped into those bottles, and it was a whole big assembly line. They had these machines that were going around in a circle, and each bottle would do that. Then it would go to the next stage. A bottle cap would be put on top, and at the end stage, someone would be standing at the end, shaking the bottle so that all the syrup was incorporated with the water, and then that would go in a case, and one of the wooden cases I'll show you, and that went down a conveyor belt, and that got stacked in the front part. So over in the front of this place here was where all of the retail stuff was. My grandfather's little office, and tons of stacked cases of soda in this corner. And then so the variety store was on this side, and my grandfather's business was on the other side. All of those windows right there, that used to be like a sun port. We used to hang out there in the summer because the breeze would come through, but we couldn't really sleep there. It wasn't heated or anything, you know. And then this house had all of the old mahogany, like woodwork. It was all carved out woodwork. And you can see where the pocket doors had slid. They used to have pocket doors separating the parlors, they called them. And one was a middle parlor where we always had my dad's desk, and we put our Christmas tree there. And then the front parlor was where we watched TV, and that was our family activity. There were 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom for 5 of us. And on the back of the house, we used to have a porch where my mother hung the clothes out. She would have, we'd have the clotheslines, and we could, but it was nice because she could do it almost right from the house. You almost didn't even have to go outside to do it. She loved that part. And when the clothes fell off the line, you'd have to climb down onto the second roof. There was a roof out there to grab the clothes all the time. My mother, she'd always send me. She never sent anybody else to do that. It was a good life here. My grandfather, the business was always busy on weekends. On Saturdays, he didn't open on Sundays. But Fridays and Saturdays, you could see the families coming in, and they would park all along the side of the road, up the street here, and all along here, in and out, trying to, going in to get their cases of soda. They'd bring back their empty bottles every week, and then they'd fill up a case, $2.50 for a case of 12 bottles of soda. I remember that. And I remember when my grandfather had to raise the prices because the price of sugar went up. It was $3, and people were up in arms because he had to raise the prices. But he would also deliver to bars and restaurants, and the Portuguese feast that happened every year. For many years, he bottled soda for the feast, and it was gratis. He would donate all the soda. And probably at least a week before the feast, and into the whole time the feast was happening, they were bottling soda 24 hours a day. So I'd get up in the middle of the night, I could hear the machines going. And my uncles would work shifts. They would, somebody would be there overnight. Not too many guys overnight because the shop was closed, but they bottled and they made soda, stacked it, put it in trucks to deliver it the next day. They had 2 delivery trucks. All of my mother's brothers worked here. My father worked here at one point. Both of my brothers worked, long time working there, summers and things like that. And I never worked. I used to help shake the bottles, but the ladies didn't work. We used to help, but my aunts did help my mom to bottling for the Portuguese feast, because that was like a big push, because it was like crazy. It was like hundreds and hundreds of cases he would deliver to there every year. It's kind of cool.